What up, y'all? It's your girl Shawty D, and I'm here with Be The Model Podcast.
Pretty women love my music, real niggas gon' feel it. Spitting more heat than all you popping off a skillet. Rest in peace to Uchiwali, Shawty D gon' kill it. Funeral arrangements and blessings for your spirit. Government support ain't enough to feed the children. Got young boys selling dope to help their mama make a living. Wrongfully convicted from general descriptions. Power to my people, see no color cause we equal. Injustice in society, for years the system lied to me. College course of socialism, people they be trying me. Cut the back and forth cause Shawty D ain't wanna politic. 305 my city, rip it all cause bitch I'm proud of it. Little New York City baby, that concrete jungle raise me. Put up on they neck, this for my times we going crazy. Ape shit, and yeah I do know all but never take shit. All about the band, so fuck being famous. Moving like a queen, they admiring my greatness. Success is on the way and I didn't really taste it.
Be the Model Podcast. Here with your hosts, Teddy J and Big Neil. What does the model mean?
Welcome back to the Be The Model Podcast. I'm your host, Teddy J, here with my co-host, Big Neil. And today, we have a wonderful, special guest, hip-hop rapper and model, the one and only Shawty D.
What's good, y'all? It's your girl Shawty D. We in the building.
For sure. So how's everybody doing today?
I'm doing wonderful.
Well, excellent.
Traffic, rain, how'd you guys get here?
Yo, all the above.
Yeah, we all that.
So, go on, Shawty D. Let everybody know who you are, what is it that you do, and how'd you get started?
Alrighty, so my name is Shawty D. I've been making music since the pandemic. I started out just dipping and dabbing in the arts, you know, growing up trying to find like what it was my interest was, what was my calling. So I dipped and dabbed in sports, drama, not drama like, you know, back and forth, but theater. I did a little bit of modeling with the John Robert Powers agency, so I got like a lot of classes there on commercial acting, small skits, and so forth. In terms of modeling, I tried to do pageants growing up, so I did one like probably in my younger years. I won my first pageant, so that was fun. My second pageant, I entered to compete for Miss Universe, but first you have to win your state, then you have to win the US, and then you go to Miss Universe. Unfortunately, I didn't win that one, and I didn't continue because it's a costly, you know,
it's a costly thing.
Yeah, something to keep up with. So shout out all my pageant beauty queens, to those who are still doing it. Yeah, but it's really nice. It teaches girls etiquette, how to deal with the community, keep up with upcoming events, you know, and just brand yourself as a model. So I learned a lot from a little bit of everywhere, but ultimately, I think the biggest turn in my life being the pandemic, like it was for others. I couldn't go to the gym no more. I was going to school at home. I was going through a tough breakup, to be honest. Not that he deserved credit or whatever, but I found instrumentals and I just started freestyling.
Smoking on a roach, now I'm about to roll a split. Rolling back to back like Drizzy Drake up in the shit. Yeah, I got a daughter, yeah, that thing up on my hip. Bustin' like a cannon, boy, I'm about to see your shit. Said, Father God, forgive me, please forgive me for my sins. I'm just trying to make it happen, trying to see me win. Bitches is my clones, might as well just be my kids. Diamond in the rough, Shawty D for the win. Tell a hater, hold the L if you want my downfall.
Then, like, it was getting so fun to a point where I would like throw on instrumentals in front of my friends, like, let me see what you got. Like, you know, like and they were like, you over here trying to get down to me, you need to just go in the booth, shorty, like, you know, type of thing. So after like the breakup, I kind of found music and found communication, a therapeutic outlet. So,
So who did you see rapping? What made you say, let me start rapping, let me start freestyling? Was it someone on TV or someone that you know personally?
Oh man, so a little bit of both. I have my pops who does music but we kind of have like, you know, a distant relationship, being him being in another state and having to deal with other things there. But I guess seeing him inspired that, but also coming from where I came from, like New York is one of the birthplaces of hip hop.
Yeah, shout out to New York.
Yeah, one of the origins. So when I realized that, I kind of paid attention to a lot of the notorious figures, like the moguls, like, you know, Nas, Jay-Z, Diddy, big pioneers that made their name in the game. It wasn't just, you know, classics, but like they knew how to, you know, articulate in an effective manner, very strategic, and continue on a streak of success. So admiring people like Wu-Tang Clan and just, you know, I'm not just a heavy hip-hop junkie. I love R&B, like, oof. I love me some slow jams. Stop playing. But I love J. Cole. I think listening to people like J. Cole, seeing Nicki Minaj, Cardi come out, but I love the classics, you know? Seeing how hip-hop has evolved and took a turn in sound was very interesting. And a lot of people, when I was starting out, told me, hey, like, you sound like you've been doing it though. Like, you telling me you just came out, you sound like you've been doing it. So it gave me confidence, you know, to step forward and shit, maybe even save hip hop.
Right, you might want to save it.
Trying to save it.
So tell us how you got the name Shawty D. What made you go with that?
So Shawty D came up after listening to the same people in my playlist, literally. Like, I love T-Pain, I love XXXTentacion, and a lot of the you know, whenever they was talking to a female in one of their verses, it was like Shorty, and I was like, I like that. That's different. There's a lot of babies out there. There's a lot of dolls. There's a lot of queens. There's a lot of, you know, and no disrespect, it makes everyone unique, your stage name. But I just wanted to be a little bit different, you know. So I said, when I heard Shorty, I was like, oh wow, I like that. That sounds timeless. Like, I was gonna do Lady D, yeah, because I was like, it sounds like it could a long duration, but then I was like, you know what? I thought of Lady Gaga, to be honest with you, and just Shorty was sticking. It was an aesthetic. I was like, that's the
I
one.
see you trying to keep it feminine though, so that's a good thing. Yeah.
So, let everybody know how is it, since you've been in the modeling game, like for young women who want to model, what would you tell them? What advice would you tell them, since you've been through it, even though you didn't go all the way with it, but give them insight on how it is?
Yeah, my insight on young ladies trying to model is, first and foremost, practice, you know? Read up on, I don't know, your favorite magazines or big brand names such as Vogue. See how the girls kind of like, you know, work the angles of the camera. I was a huge America's Next Top Model fan. I know what smizing is, as you shall. I know to look for the light in my photo images. I know to stand tall, how to look taller. I know to now, you know, look back at my images, maybe in between the shoot, if the photographer allows, to see what it is maybe could be better, such as closing my mouth in between frames, reworking facial expression, and so on. Another thing is maybe start out with your portfolio. Get your portfolio started. Do your research on maybe what agencies are in your state, community. See if there's a couple friends who need a model so that you could get your portfolio going. It doesn't matter how big or small your gigs are, experience is experience. It's better to come to the table with, hey look, I was a hand model for this, you know, nail salon here, and I have something to offer, and I have experience. I know what it is to be on set. I know proper etiquette type of thing. And also to just do your research on who you're gonna work with if ever given a gig. Some young ladies have the privilege to be offered before even having something to offer. So just make sure who you're dealing with isn't fraudulent, and you know, hold your back end. Maybe in the beginning you might be doing some free stuff, but work your way up so that you can work a number for yourself and start making a profit off of what you love doing. That's my advice.
Tell us a little bit about your childhood. Like, where you say you're from New York.
I grew up in New York for a few years, up till I was about 5 years old, and then my parents went their separate ways. The towers fell. My mom had family here in Florida, so I made my way over. I grew up a single child. I really bonded and connected through music. It was just always like something that filled in the space, whether I was dancing or just listening to it, and I just felt like kind of at peace with that.
Right.
Okay.
I would say from back when, maybe like, you know, when you start picking up on what popularity is and all that, like middle school, I was pretty like rah. Like I thought I was a gangster. Like, you know, like you brought me in the hallway. What you want to do about it? But I eased down in my older years, like knowing like, yo, I can't be trying to scrap it out, catch a case, catch a case,
get locked up,
ruin my opportunity,
you know what I
ruin
mean?
your
Exactly.
financial aid to all my students out there that's watching this, and ruin just big opportunities, you know. But that don't mean just because certain people go through obstacles doesn't mean you can't push through it. But if you have control of your life and you could, you know, do so, like definitely take control.
So, who's your top 5 favorite rap artists?
So when Pop first came out, I was like a huge Pop Smoke head because I feel like I identified my rap technique through him. He was able to mesh UK drill music as well as the New York sound. So I love me some Pop Smoke. I love me some J. Cole. I love me some. I love Eve. Even though Eve ain't in the game, like, you know, like I love Eve. I respect her for being a first lady in her group. And just, I don't know, like she got the balance, she got the sex appeal, but she got the gangster. Like she's cool. I love Cardi, I love Nicki. Like it's so hard to say who's my favorite, but I love XXXTentacion for his versatility. I got a lot of like range in terms of like.
Yeah, because I hear a little bit of Cardi in you when I'm listening to your music.
It's because
You know
we're
what I
from
mean?
the same place. But yeah, definitely.
Because it's not too much Latin female artists out right now, right? You got Cardi. Who
You
else is
actually
there?
got a lot of female artists out there. You got Dream Doll.
Dream Doll.
You got Cardi herself. I think we got
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj. She's actually Trinidadian, I think.
That's right.
But you got a couple female. You got Melly. Melly's fire. There's a lot of female artists out there right now. But even though I feel like it's time that female artists are even competing with some male artists
right now.
You know.
So what's up with the music? You putting any music out? Do you have music out now? How can we listen to you?
So right now you can find me on SoundCloud, but eventually I have an EP that will be a massive drop of 5+ songs that will be available on all major platforms, including Apple Music, Spotify. I don't know, let's go the long way, maybe Tidal. But I'm finishing that as we speak, and I'm working on being consistent. So for now it's just on SoundCloud, but I promise you what I have in the vault and what I'm working on is even way better than that's there. So stay with me, like watch me grow or check in every now and then. You gonna see.
So how can they check in? Where can they follow you?
Follow me on Instagram at shawty.dmp3. That's Shawty SHAWTY. And you know, drop a couple likes. I show love back. Sometimes.
Okay, for sure.
Say sometimes.
Sometimes.
So, what do you feel is the key to having a long-lasting relationship? You say you just came from a big breakup.
Trust, communication, and just the willpower to improve. Like, if you have someone who's willing to support you, do better, and listen to you, like, try. Because there's not a lot of people out there willing to do that. And to anyone that's used to being alone, it's okay to trust others. Just make sure you know how to read people well, you know?
Got you.
Yeah.
And stand up for the model cam first. We can get you in the beginning.
Yes.
Let us see this outfit. Shawty D.
Something. So nice.
Okay, this is the model.
But yeah, some light.
Okay.
You know, Miami vibes.
Nice. Nice. And if you could go back 10 years, is there anything that you would do different? What would you tell your younger self?
I would tell myself not to be scared to do something and to have more confidence in myself, and maybe not overthink as much. Like, it was okay to be cautious, but definitely go get it. Don't be insecure. Walk in like you own it. Like, what are you doing? What is sad for what? Sad for what?
And you say you started out freestyling, right?
Yeah.
So it's that time, man. Spit
Yeah,
something
go
for
ahead,
us.
handle that.
Ooh, they got me in the hot chair.
No music, just you off the top.
Just let them hear something. Let us hear something from Shawty D.
So something raw in effect off the dome right now.
Oh, it don't have to be off the dome. It could be one of your best freestyles, whatever you remember.
Yeah.
Let us hear it.
Alright. So he fuck with my sauce, he tell me I'm A1. I never put a man over my day one. He got some trauma, somebody save him. Quit the comparisons, we ain't adjacent. Quiet on set on my drip making statements. Bitches be testing my patience, yeah. I ain't making a raise. What?
That's nice though. We hear the flow. We hear that flow.
The mic got some too, my bad.
And where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I hope to have launched my business. I hope to have made it on a level to where even if I'm not a known artist, although I do not doubt myself that I can't be, that I'm songwriting, ghostwriting, maybe for your favorite artist, I don't know.
Yeah.
Cardi. All that.
Nice. So when we talk about legacy, what do you want your legacy to be? The legacy of Shawty D.
I want people to know that it don't matter where you come from, you could do it. It don't matter how low you feel. It don't matter what you've done. Just pushing through it and keeping a healthy mindset, you know, and coping the right way through these difficult times. You could definitely shine through and prevail, you know. Don't settle for less. I need people to know that. Don't settle for less. Don't sleep on yourself. You know, regardless of people who are singing my songs and nothing like that, that's what breeded this, you know, lack of confidence, not knowing how to express myself. So be one with yourself, connect with those emotions, and, you know, push forward.
I'm feeling that.
Okay.
That's what's up.
And what separates you from the other rappers? You know, how do you bring your ethnicity, your background into your music? How does all that?
Let me tell you something. No cocky shit. But ain't no other Shawty D, alright? Like, I know, like, I may have a flavor that might remind you of some, but I take that as a compliment because I feel like in their mind, it resides. I will be among those notorious people, you know?
Right.
But what sets me apart from the rest is that I'm not gonna be fake with you. I'm gonna try and be as real all the way through as I can, and I'm gonna let you know that I'm human too. So even if I mess up, I acknowledge my wrongs, and you know, that may sound like some basic human shit, but not everybody can amount to, like, you know, owning up to what they gotta be responsible for. So
You're right.
For sure.
I'm just cut from a different cloth, yo. Like,
I hear
for real, like, get to know me, like, drown in my sound. You gonna see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And final question. What does be the model mean to you?
Be the model to me means is don't just be the model, but be like the top. Like, you don't wanna be right here. You don't wanna do bare minimum. You gotta be it. You wanna be on top. Yeah, like, you gotta aim for the top. And you know, not only do for yourself, but set the tone, set the example so that it could make other people hungry, you know? So.
Got you. All right. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank
It was
you for having me.
amazing. We enjoyed you. Definitely check out Shawty D. Follow her on Instagram. Follow her on SoundCloud. Listen to her music. She has some hot tracks out right now, and more coming on the EP.
Yeah. So when you think around about when you gonna drop the EP?
I want to drop it before my birthday. I'm an October baby. Shout out all my Scorpios.
Okay, so
Alright,
in the next
Scorpios.
couple months, be on the lookout. Definitely subscribe to the Be the Model podcast. Hit that like button. Drop a comment. Let us know how you enjoyed the one and only Shawty D. Like she said, be unique, aim for the top, and most of all, be the model.